Good morning, everyone. Let's get straight to the point. The way you begin your day is important. It's not just about getting out of bed. It's about how you speak to yourself the moment you wake up. Your mind is always paying attention, and the way you shape your thoughts in those first minutes sets the tone for either a productive or a difficult day. Many people wake up and instantly focus on what's wrong, the stress, the challenges, the past mistakes, and the reasons they feel stuck. What often follows? They hit snooze, hesitate, and let uncertainty take over before even stepping out of bed. This is not how driven, confident, and focused individuals start their mornings. They take initiative, prepare their mind for action, and they do it through a simple habit: intentional self-talk. From today onward, when your alarm sounds, say something strong to yourself. Begin with this: I am in control of my life. Stop blaming outside factors, stop waiting for ideal conditions, and stop letting external events decide your success or happiness. You are not helpless. You have control over your mindset, your decisions, and your behavior. Each choice you make today influences your future. If you're unhappy with your current situation, make a new decision. Say this next: I am capable of achieving great things. And you are. The main difference between you and those who've reached their goals is belief. They trusted themselves long enough to take action. It's not about luck, skill, or circumstance. It's about consistency, showing up even when it's uncomfortable, putting in effort even when it's hard, and refusing to let self-doubt hold you back. If you don't believe in your potential, you won't act on it. And without action, you'll never discover what's possible. Next, remind yourself: I choose to focus on solutions, not problems. Life will always present obstacles. The question is whether you allow them to stop you or train yourself to look for ways forward. Every challenge has an answer. Every difficulty offers a chance to grow. Every roadblock is a way to measure how committed you really are. So rather than complain or feel stuck, ask yourself, what step can I take next? Progress begins when you shift your attention from what's wrong to what you can do about it. Understand this: fear will always show up. That's normal, but it doesn't mean you have to let it guide you. Every morning, tell yourself, I will not let fear control me. Fear is just a signal. It's not reality. It's your mind's way of trying to protect you. But staying in a comfort zone won't lead to progress. Safety won't create the life you want. It only keeps you exactly where you are. The only way forward is to recognize the fear and move ahead anyway. While we're on the topic of self-worth, here's something important to remember. I am worthy of love, success, and happiness. You don't have to earn it. You don't need approval from others to believe it. You don't need anyone's permission to feel deserving of good things. You are already enough as you are. But here's the reality: if you don't believe in your own worth, you'll end up pushing those good things away. So begin each day by showing up as someone who understands they deserve a fulfilling life. Every morning, remind yourself, I am resilient. I can handle whatever comes my way. Because you can. You've already made it through your hardest moments. You've survived experiences you thought might break you, and yet you're still standing, stronger, wiser, and more prepared than ever. Whatever the day brings, you have what you need to deal with it. Gratitude changes everything, so before your day begins, say this: I am grateful for today and the opportunities it brings. Even in tough times, there is always something to appreciate. Gratitude redirects your attention. It moves you away from negativity and helps you see what's already going well. And when you truly appreciate the present, you create space for more positivity and growth. Here's another truth worth holding on to: I am constantly learning and improving. No one has it all figured out. Everyone makes mistakes. The difference is that successful people don't treat failure as defeat. They see it as information. Every challenge, every obstacle, every experience is preparing you for something greater. Let go of the need to be perfect. Focus on progress instead. The next thing you should say each morning is, I choose to take action today. Not later, not when everything feels right, and not when you feel completely ready. Waiting for the ideal moment is one of the biggest ways people hold themselves back. The best time to start is now. Even if it feels uncertain, even if you don't have all the details, it's action that sets achievers apart from those who only imagine success. I am strong and resilient. And finally, Let this be your consistent reminder. I believe in even when others don't, even when it's difficult, even on the days when self-doubt creeps in. Belief is a decision, and the moment you decide to trust yourself, everything begins to shift. Don't just read these words. Don't just think about them. Speak them out loud each morning. Because the words you repeat shape the thoughts you accept, and those thoughts shape your entire life. You have what it takes. Now go and act on it. You are capable of more than you realize. Say it. Believe it. Let it become part of you, because it's true. Many of us spend far too much time second-guessing ourselves. We let past failures, negative feedback, and fear influence our self-image. But the truth is, the only real barrier between you and the life you want is the belief that you can create. If you don't believe in your ability to succeed, you won't even take the first step, and without trying, you'll never discover what you're truly capable of. Consider the most successful individuals you look up to. They weren't born with some rare quality you lack. They weren't given a detailed path to success. What sets them apart is that they chose to believe they could do it. They took action, even when they were uncertain. They moved forward, even without all the answers. They didn't wait for approval. They didn't hope for someone to show up and validate their potential. They made that decision on their own. And that's exactly what you must do. Every single day, you have two options: remain stuck in self-doubt, or remind yourself that you already possess everything necessary to move forward. One thing is certain: you've made it through every tough day so far. You've handled setbacks, challenges, and difficulties that once felt overwhelming. The fact that you're still here proves that you're stronger than you think. You're more resilient than you give yourself credit for, and you're absolutely capable of facing whatever lies ahead. The issue is that many people talk themselves out of progress before they even begin. They think, I'm not smart enough, or I don't have the right background, or what if I fail? That kind of thinking shuts down potential before it even has the chance to grow. But the truth is, you don't need to have everything figured out right now. You don't need to be perfect. What you need is to begin, because success isn't reserved for the most talented or the most experienced. It belongs to those who persist. Think about this. Every person who has accomplished something meaningful started out without all the answers. They were beginners. They made mistakes. They experienced failure, but they didn't stop. They kept going because they understood that their potential was not fixed. And neither is yours. Today is a new opportunity. There are no limits to what you can achieve, other than the ones you place on yourself. So ask yourself, what kind of message are you starting your day with? Are you waking up focused on limitations, or are you reminding yourself of your strengths and your ability to move forward? Because your mind accepts what you tell it. If you repeatedly say you're not enough, you'll begin to live as if that's true. But if you start telling yourself that you are capable, that you are strong, that you are worthy of success, your behavior will begin to reflect that belief. Confidence doesn't come from waiting until you feel completely prepared. It comes from taking action. It comes from showing yourself time and again that you can do hard things. It comes from stepping beyond what's comfortable, confronting challenges, and moving forward anyway. And here's something else. The more consistently you do this, the stronger you become. You don't need to be fearless. You just need to be courageous. Courageous enough to begin. Courageous enough to trust in your ability. And courageous enough to keep going even when things get tough. Because success isn't about avoiding failure, it's about moving through it. It's about learning from every experience. It's about turning each setback into a step forward. So today, make a decision. Decide that you are capable. Decide that you are worthy of success. Decide that you will take action, no matter how small that brings you closer to the life you want. Then make that same decision tomorrow, and the day after that, and the day after that. Because the only way to accomplish meaningful things is to believe that it's possible. And it is without question, it is. I choose to focus on solutions, not problems. This changes everything. Most people wake up and immediately start thinking about what's going wrong. The bills, the responsibilities, the uncertainty of the day ahead. They fall into a cycle of negative thinking, focusing on what might go wrong instead of what they can do to make things better. But here's the truth. What you focus on grows. If you begin the day thinking about problems, those thoughts will take over, drain your motivation, and make even small tasks feel overwhelming. But when you shift your attention to finding solutions, your entire outlook changes. Problems are a normal part of life. No one is immune to setbacks, delays, or obstacles. But the key difference between those who move forward and those who stay stuck is this: successful people don't waste energy complaining. They don't fixate on what went wrong. They don't blame others or dwell on past mistakes. Instead, they focus on progress. They ask themselves, what can I do right now to make this better? They focus on solutions. They take action, not excuses. When you start thinking this way, you regain control. You stop feeling helpless and remind yourself that you have the ability to shift your mindset, adjust your perspective, and take practical steps forward. I believe in myself. This isn't about ignoring real issues or pretending that everything is fine. It's about training yourself to respond with clarity and purpose. It's about replacing a defeated mindset with a constructive one. It's about choosing not to dwell in negativity, and instead, focusing on what's within your control. Reflect on the last time you faced a difficult situation. Did you respond by looking for options, or did frustration take over? Did you act, or did you freeze? Your reaction to challenges plays a critical role in determining your outcome. And every time you choose to approach problems with a solution-oriented mindset, you're building your ability to face whatever comes your way, calmly, clearly, and effectively. You grow more resilient, more confident, and more capable each time you face challenges head-on. There's a reason successful individuals seem to handle problems smoothly. It's not because they have easier lives or fewer obstacles. It's because they've trained their minds to look for solutions. They don't see problems as barriers. They see them as challenges to overcome. They approach difficulties with curiosity rather than fear. They ask more useful questions. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" they ask, "What can I learn from this?" Instead of thinking, "This is impossible," they ask, "How can I make this work?" Your mindset is powerful. The way you speak to yourself matters. If you keep saying things are too hard, that there's no way out, or that you're stuck, you'll remain exactly where you are. But if you tell yourself there's always a path forward, that problems can be solved, and that you're capable of finding answers, you will begin to move ahead. Your thoughts influence your actions, and your actions shape your reality. This isn't just about staying motivated. It's a practical approach. When you focus on finding solutions, your brain shifts into problem-solving mode. Your subconscious starts identifying opportunities, connecting new ideas, and spotting answers you might have missed before. You become more resourceful, more creative, and more determined. You stop making excuses and start taking action. And here's the key: you don't need every answer right now. Sometimes focusing on solutions simply means taking the next small step, even if you're unsure where it will lead. It might mean reaching out for support, trying something new, or thinking through different strategies. The point is to stay in motion. Life will always present challenges. That's inevitable. But whether those challenges stop you or help you grow is entirely up to you. So from this point forward, make the choice. Stop letting problems control your mindset. Don't waste energy on negative thoughts, or stay stuck in doubt. Train yourself to focus on what you can do next. I choose gratitude over fear. This mindset shift is powerful. Take the next step, move forward, because those who succeed aren't the ones who avoid problems. They're the ones who refuse to let problems stop them. I will not let fear stop me. Fear is a natural part of life. It's built into the brain to keep you safe and alert. But most of the fear you feel today isn't about physical danger. It's about discomfort, uncertainty, and change. And if you let that fear influence your decisions, you'll stay stuck, playing it safe, avoiding challenges, and never truly discovering what you're capable of. Fear will always show up. Fear will whisper in your ear when you're about to take a risk. It will tell you you're not ready, not good enough, that you might fail. And for many, that's where progress ends. They let fear take control. They hesitate. They delay. They convince themselves not to act. They wait for the fear to go away before moving forward. But here's what's important to understand. Fear doesn't disappear before you act. It fades because you act. Think about the moments when you felt fear but moved ahead anyway. Maybe speaking in front of others, applying for a position, trying something unfamiliar, or stepping beyond your comfort zone. In those moments, the fear felt intense. But once you took action, you likely realized something. The fear was never as big as it seemed. Fear gains strength through hesitation. The longer you wait, the more influence it holds. The more you overthink, the more likely you are to talk yourself out of progress. But the moment you take that first step, the fear begins to shrink. Many believe that courage means being fearless. It doesn't. Courage is the willingness to move forward with fear present. It's about recognizing the doubt, the anxiety, the discomfort, and still choosing to take action. The most accomplished people still experience fear. The difference is, they don't let it stop them. They've trained themselves to see fear as a signal, not a barrier. It's a sign they're growing, reaching beyond limits, stepping into something bigger than before. Each time you let fear hold you back, you reinforce the idea that you're not ready or capable. But each time you push through it, you prove to yourself that you are. You build you build resilience, you expand what's possible. What once felt intimidating becomes familiar. What once seemed out of reach becomes part of your everyday life. And with that shift, your capacity grows. My potential is limitless. Fear will always try to convince you that the worst will happen, that failure will be catastrophic, that others will judge you, that you won't recover. But in reality, how often have you feared something, only to later realize it wasn't nearly as bad as your mind imagined? Fear exaggerates. It creates unlikely outcomes. And even if something does go wrong, you have the strength to deal with it. You've already faced challenges, setbacks, and disappointments. You've handled uncertainty, and you've gotten through it. Fear didn't stop you then, and it won't stop you now. Fear only wins when you surrender to it. It only gains power when you give more weight to your doubts than to your potential. The truth is, everything you want lives on the other side of fear. The life you imagine, the success you desire, and the experiences that will shape you. It's all there, waiting. But to reach it, you must be willing to face your fear. You have to take the risk, accept the discomfort, and step into the unknown. Because the alternative is staying exactly where you are, wondering what could have happened if you had just been brave enough to try. Fear is temporary. Regret can last a lifetime. Someday when you look back, what you'll regret most won't be the moments when you tried and failed. It will be the times you let fear stop you, the times you let doubt win, the times you played it safe instead of betting on yourself. Don't let that be your story. Don't let fear steal the life you're meant to live. Feel it, acknowledge it, then move forward anyway. Because you are stronger than fear, and your future is waiting. I am worthy of love, success, and happiness. Let those words sink in. Say them out loud. For too long you've measured your worth based on external standards, other people's approval, your achievements, or whether you've done everything right. But your worth is not something you earn. It's not something you prove. It isn't defined by how much you accomplish, how hard you work, or whether everyone else is satisfied. You are worthy, exactly as you are. The problem is, many of us have spent years believing the opposite. Maybe you were told early on that love had conditions. Maybe certain experiences made you question your value. Maybe mistakes made you feel like you had to compensate. Maybe rejection left you feeling unworthy. Somewhere along the line, you began believing that you had to be more, do more, or achieve more to be enough. But that belief is false. You don't have to earn your worth. You don't have to be flawless to deserve love, success, or happiness. You already are enough. Think about how you speak to yourself every day. Are you constantly criticizing yourself? Are you always focusing on what you think you're doing wrong? Do you keep replaying past failures and convincing yourself that you don't deserve anything better? If you spoke to a friend the way you speak to yourself, would they feel encouraged, valued, and supported? Or would they feel discouraged, unworthy, and defeated? You need to treat yourself with the same kindness and respect you so freely offer to others. Because how you speak to yourself matters. Your mind believes what you tell it. If you continue repeating that you're not good enough, that you don't deserve happiness, that success is meant for someone else, you'll begin to live your life based on those beliefs. I take action despite fear. If you don't believe you deserve more, you'll settle for less. You'll play small, hold yourself back, and miss out on opportunities. Not because you're not capable, but because deep down you don't think you're worthy of them. But the moment you begin telling yourself a different story, everything changes. When you say, I am worthy of love, success, and happiness, you start making choices that reflect that belief. You stop accepting relationships that deplete you. You stop agreeing to things that don't align with your values. You stop shrinking yourself and begin stepping into your full potential. Look around you. Every person you admire, those who've built fulfilling lives, who walk with confidence and purpose, they're not more deserving than you. They don't possess some special quality that makes them worth more. The only difference is that they chose to believe in their worth. They stopped relying on others for validation. They stopped letting past failures define them. They stopped chasing approval and started claiming their value. And that's what you need to do. You don't need anyone to tell you you're enough. You don't need permission to believe in yourself. You don't have to wait until you've achieved a certain goal or reached a certain point to feel worthy. You are enough. Right now, you always have been. And once you truly believe that, once you begin acting like someone who knows their worth, everything starts to you begin to show up differently. You carry yourself with confidence. You stop settling for less than what you deserve. Let's be clear. This isn't about arrogance. It's not about thinking you're better than anyone else. It's about understanding that you are just as worthy as anyone else. Your worth doesn't depend on your achievements. It's not defined by your past. It's not based on what others think of you. It's not determined by perfection. Your worth is built in. It is solid. It is non-negotiable. So starting today, stop waiting to feel worthy. Stop postponing your confidence until you reach some imaginary milestone. Stop hoping someone else will finally see your value. Start owning it now. Because the sooner you do, the sooner you'll begin living the life you were always meant to live. Success is within my reach. You are worthy of love. You are worthy of success. You are worthy of happiness. And once you fully believe that your life will never look the same, I am in control of my thoughts, my actions, and my future. No one else holds that power, not your past, not others' opinion, not external circumstances, just you. Each day you have the power to choose how you show up, how you respond, and what kind of life you create. And that is one of the most empowering truths you can accept. Too often we give that power away. We blame our situation, our upbringing, or past mistakes for where we are. We wait for things to improve before we take action. We often let fear, doubt, and excuses keep us stuck. But the truth is, no one is coming to rescue us. No one will hand us the life we want. No one else is going to make our dreams come true. That's our responsibility. The sooner we take full ownership of our lives, the sooner we can begin to create real change. Think about it. Every person you admire, everyone who has built a meaningful, fulfilling life, made a decision at some point to take control of their future. They didn't wait for the right time. They didn't let failure stop them. They didn't waste energy complaining about what was out of their control. Instead, they focused on what they could control: their mindset, their behavior, and their daily decisions. They made intentional choices, day after day, that moved them closer to the life they envisioned. Your thoughts influence your reality. If you keep telling yourself that you're stuck, that things won't improve, that you're not capable of change, then that's what your life will mirror. But when you choose to shift your mindset, when you begin to believe that you are in control, that you can change your path, that your actions have impact, everything begins to transform, because how you think affects how you act, and how you act shapes your outcome. Life will always bring challenges. Things will happen beyond your control. People may disappoint you. Circumstances might be tough. But even then, one thing remains within your control: your response. You can let difficulties defeat you, or you can choose to grow from them. You can focus on what went wrong, or you can shift your attention to what you can do next. You can freeze in fear, or you can move forward despite it. That choice is always yours. Now let's talk about something essential: action. Because mindset alone is not enough. You can think positively all day long, but if you don't act on those thoughts, nothing will change. I am worthy of love and respect, but worth must also be reflected in how you show up. You must take action. You have to move forward, even when you're unsure. You have to stop waiting for approval and begin creating momentum yourself. The only way to shape a better future is to do something differently in the present. It's easy to get stuck in overthinking, to plan endlessly, to worry about choosing the wrong option, to hesitate while waiting for certainty. But the truth is, there is no perfect plan. There is no guaranteed route to success. The only way to learn and grow is by doing, by making decisions, learning from them, and adjusting as you move forward. Every action, no matter how small, builds momentum. Every step you take helps shape your direction. Every choice counts. So if you're not where you want to be, ask yourself, what do I have control over right now? What small step can I take today that moves me forward? How can I shift my mindset to match the life I want? Because the moment you stop waiting and start taking ownership, everything begins to change. You are not powerless. You are not stuck. You are not at the mercy of your circumstances. You have control over your thoughts, your actions, and your future. And the moment you fully accept that truth, you become unstoppable. I am stronger than I think. Life has tested me in ways I never expected. There were times I felt like giving up when the weight of my challenges felt too heavy. I faced setbacks that shook my confidence, failures that made me question myself, and losses that left me feeling uncertain. But I'm still here, still moving forward, still fighting for the life I want. And that alone proves my strength. Strength isn't about avoiding struggle. It's not about always having the answers or never feeling afraid. True strength is about showing up, even when it's hard. It's about continuing to move forward when everything in you wants to stop. It's about rising after failure, holding on to hope in uncertain times, and believing in yourself when no one else does. That is strength. And I have it. Too often I overlook what I've overcome. I focus on what I lack, on the moments I've fallen short. I compare myself to others, and convince myself they're stronger, that they have something I don't. But that's not the truth. I've been through situations that could have broken anyone. I've survived things I once thought were impossible. I've faced obstacles that seemed too big, and yet I found a way forward. I rarely give myself credit for that, but today I will. Today I will remember the battles I've already won, the resilience I've built, and the courage I've shown. Because if I made it through those moments, I can face whatever comes next. Life will always bring challenges. It won't always feel easy. There will be setbacks, disappointments, and difficult days. But I've already shown that I can get through hard things. I embrace change and growth. Next time doubt creeps in, or fear tries to convince me that I'm not strong enough, I'll remind myself, I am stronger than I think. Looking back, the moments I feared the most, the failures and setbacks, they didn't break me, they taught me, they made me more capable, they pushed me to grow. Every challenge helped shape me into who I am today, someone who doesn't give up, someone who keeps going, even when it's tough, someone far stronger than they realize. I don't need to wait for someone else to recognize that. I don't need validation from the outside world. I focus on progress, not perfection. I know who I am. I know what I've been through. I know what I'm capable of, and that is enough. Strength isn't about pretending to have it all figured out. It's about recognizing that even in my lowest moments, I still have the ability to rise. I won't let fear or doubt make me forget my strength. I won't let temporary struggles convince me that I'm weak. Each day I will remind myself, I've faced hard times before, and I've come out stronger. I can handle whatever lies ahead. I am unstoppable. I am not fragile. I am not powerless. I am not defined by my circumstances. I am resilient. I am steady. I am a fighter. No matter what challenges appear next, no matter what obstacles I face, I will not back down. I will not let fear take control. I will not let hardship define who I am. I will meet every challenge with determination, because that's who I am at my core. I am stronger than I think.